Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for February 21st. February 21st is the 52nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 313 days remaining to the end of the year, 314 in leap years. February 21st is International Mother Language Day, a day to promote the preservation and protection of all languages. As I understand it, this day of recognition came about because when Pakistan was created in 1947, there were two geographically separate parts inhabited by people who were culturally and linguistically different from each other. The government declared that the official language was to be Urdu, even though the majority of the people in the region spoke Bengali. I imagine there were likely some cultural differences as well. The Bangla-speaking people protested and insisted that Bangla be at least one of the national languages in addition to Urdu. Things got ugly before they got okay, as one might imagine. International Mother Language Day was declared by UNESCO on November 17, 1999, to be observed on February 21st of each year to promote the preservation and protection of all languages. International Mother Language Day. Today's word is immiscible. Immiscible is an adjective that describes the quality of not forming a homogeneous mixture when added together, like oil and water, things that don't mix. In fact, the word immiscible usually is used in reference to liquids. The word immiscible might also be used in more of a figurative sense to describe other things that don't mix, like different kinds of people or different kinds of animals. But the word is usually used in reference to liquids that don't mix. Immiscible comes to us through a Latin combination that means not or opposite of, and an evolution from an Indo-European root word that meant to mix. Not to mix, incapable of being mixed. First known use of the word immiscible is in the 1670s. Immiscible. Today's word immiscible was suggested by YouTube viewer at GingerRush7536. Thank you, Ginger. And if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, on February 21st, 1958, the symbol that we now know as the peace symbol or peace sign was commissioned as a logo for the British Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, or CND. The symbol was adopted by anti-war and counterculture activists in the 1960s and 70s and currently enjoys a resurgence in popularity. How about that? We're going to keep it brief today, so if you'd like to see what else we might have talked about in a previous episode for February 21st, I'll leave a link for you. Today's song is Bridge Over Troubled Waters by Simon and Garfunkel. Written by Paul Simon in 1969, the song was inspired by gospel influences and recorded in 1969, released in January of 1970. The title song of their final album together, Bridge Over Troubled Water, enjoyed 6 weeks in that number one spot on the Billboard Hot 100 in February and March of 1970, and ended up the number one song on Billboard's year-end chart of pop singles for 1970. The album Bridge Over Troubled Water became one of the world's best-selling albums. On a bittersweet note, this amazing success began during the lead-up to Simon and Garfunkel's breakup in 1970. They've gotten back together briefly a few times, but more as a collaborative performance than actually getting back together. An amazing song, though, Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel. Link in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the
I
birthday.
didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. Me and my mouth. John, are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. We got to make that be quiet. You got to read the black part. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for, where's your microphone? Okay, we don't want to say the same thing twice. Oh, get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. Okay, we are still recording. That's great. Okay. How about that? We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Let's start over. It's 8 o'clock, so all of the reminders are going to be dinging. I forgot to turn those off. Okay, stop it. It's 8 o'clock. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.